brothers and sisters. I'm back again, and this week I have a guest, Mr. Iman Jackson. And normally I would give my speech and stuff, but I also want to hear from other people. I want to ask questions about the book of Shemot, that portion, and I want to hear from other people. So the first question is in Shemot is why is it that Moses saw the affliction, he saw the pain, he was in Egypt, he was in the palace, and he left them to go to the pit where they lived. He saw they struggled. He knew they was in trouble. He even killed an Egyptian because of it. But when he was called to go help somebody or go help the nation, why he was reluctant to do? Why is it that people who be in those positions, who be in prison, don't want to help someone who was in prison? Or someone who was once homeless don't want to help somebody that's homeless? Why when our names are called, we don't want to take charge and be the person that step up and do what's right? Why do we, like Moses, make excuses as to why you should go another route? Why do you think people have that mentality? Ivan Jackson.
For me, I just feel that some of the missions, people are fearful of the unknown. So for Moshe, his fear and anxiety was going back into a place amongst the people that he had already committed, a murder. And even though it was on behalf of his people, you know, yet he felt they were still, looking for him to destroy him, to kill him. So yeah, that was a fear. It's like, hey, I don't want to just go back amongst my enemies. I'm an enemy now.
Okay. So in life, why do people, not just Moshe, but in life, why are people afraid to help when they can, especially when they experience it? Example, the Most High say we're not supposed to oppress no one because we were once slaves in Egypt. So because you know and you have experience of what it's like to be that, you shouldn't do it to someone. So why is it that you think in life, when people have that experience, that they don't want to step up and help? People who go to prison come home and then they don't look back and help others. Like the Central Park guys. They've been criticized because they was falsely convicted of something, but yet they didn't look back and try to do any prison reform after they went back. So why do you feel, according to the Torah, that when Moses was given an opportunity to help, he didn't help? Answer that question.
Well, I feel that, in my opinion, sometimes we forget where we come from. Sometimes we forget the struggle, and so sometimes it's about me. We get into me, myself, and I. And so therefore, we don't become our brother's keeper. We don't become our sister's keeper. We don't become our mother or father's keeper, our elders' keeper, the prisoners' keeper, the homeless keeper, the drug addict or the prostitute. We don't become a keeper.
I agree because people forget, like you said, they forget where they come from. And if you was homeless at one point, why would you not want to extend your hand to somebody else that was homeless? And these are the things that we in life forget.
I would say, and life.
And then I ask, the next question is, why is it that when it came to Shipra and Pua, I will switch the topic now. Shipra and Pua was told to kill off all the Hebrew males, right?
Mm-hmm.
They said no, they wasn't compliant to it. Why do they had standards and they say no, they're not going to carry out what Pharaoh wanted? My question to you is, how many people go along just to get along, even though they know what they're going along with is wrong? How many people do the opposite of what Shepard is? And I'm asking you why?
Well, I mean, for them, they said they feared our God. So
Right.
therefore, the fear of our God being in them, and which showed what type of spirit they had, then it make you make the proper choices. So you got Rahab, hiding out, Caleb and Joshua. I mean,
All right.
the fear of the Creator above the fear of man.
Mm-hmm.
All right, thank you.
So just in life, even if you go into the aspect of life, why do people do things they know is wrong, but yet they still doing it because they did it, because they fear the Most High? But in life, why do people do things that they know they don't consent to it, they don't agree with it, but I still want to follow? I'd rather fit in than fit out. I'd rather practice conformity because I don't want to be I don't want to be different, or I don't want to be the black sheep or the annoying one. Why do you feel people do that?
I mean, I just feel like when we haven't reached spiritual maturity, we still straddle the fence, and so you do a lot of things that there's no reasoning to. There is no answer to it. You haven't matured, spiritually. You haven't matured even carnally, to say, hey, I am a keeper. And I think that, you know, I mean, the world give us iPhone, iPad, iTunes, iMessages. So everything becomes about I. It's not about nobody else. So I mean, it's easy when you follow the way of the world to get caught up in I, and not get caught up in other people and other things that's going on in the world. And we see that we have Chief uh, David on.
Yeah,
Shalom.
we have a question for you, Chief David, because we're going over the portion of Shemot, right? Why is it you see that Shipra and Pua did not consent or do or carry out the plan that Pharaoh said? They went against it. Why do you feel in life that people would do something even though they don't agree with it? We know they didn't, but why do you think some people got a fear of following the crowd, doing something they know is wrong, just they're going along just to get along, even though they know it's wrong? The reason why I pose that question, and I would like for both of y'all to answer this, right? And even when you may not, I want to say this, when you got brothers or sisters, I'll say both, who will deal with someone who's a non-believer, right? They will consent to the man or to the woman, and they'll violate what the Most High wants just so their spouse would be okay. Do you feel this whole image is almost the same thing?
So most times, there's one key thing in the Torah that you see reiterated, is when the Most High says, "Follow not the multitude to do evil." And a lot of times when you think about it, when you ask anybody why they do the things that they do, majority of the time, people are influenced. The majority of people, 90% of the people are followers.
Yes.
So in their following, what is it that they're following? Well, I don't want to feel like I'm being the odd one and everybody is doing this, so I'm going to do this. everybody is doing that. So because everybody's doing that, because I don't want to stick out against what everybody else is doing. There are people that's like that. That's just part of the world. That's part of life. That's why the Most High calls it free will. The free will of thinking is what? Moshe said choose life, and yet he said, I put before you life and death. But I'm telling you, basically, I'm commanding you to choose life. So that's an order. It's the same way you tell a person, listen here, when you tell them, the commandment tells you, say, honor your father and your mother, that thy days may be long upon the land which the Most High thy power give. So now when you ask people about honor, some people are like, yeah, but if you're a parent, honor is honor. I don't care which way you look at it. So there's a difference between one who have conviction. And somebody said the other day to me, they said anger rests in the bosom of fools, and if you can't control your anger, then that means that you as a person, that means you're not an adult. That means you're immature. I said, really? I said, okay. So when Metikiah seen those men putting the swine on the altar of the Most High, and his zeal took over him and he slew them, I said, was that his anger mean he was immature? When Pinchas saw Colby and the Midianite women come into the camp and bring about that wickedness, and he moved on them, was that him being immature? When Yaakov grabbed hold of the Malach when he said, let me go, was that him immature? So when you look at the different mindsets of individuals, what is the premise and what is the structure of their movement? So now you look at a situation, you say, according to Torah, what is it that most people, so you got two things that's flagrant of why. So Shipra and Pua, when you're looking at, you're talking about you want us to kill one of our own.
Right.
When they born. You want us to, so basically you commanding us to be hitmen on babies coming out the womb. That's what it is. And I'm a daughter of Shem. And I know this is my own, the baby that's coming out, truthfully, what people don't realize is that even if this is my uncle or this is my cousin, that's still my brother.
Right.
Whether that's my nephew or my niece, that's still my brother or my sister. Whether it's my wife, whether it's the husband, that's still my sister or my brother in the eyes of the Most High. That's just like the Most High called it. He said, B'nai Elohim or B'nai Binah, children of the Most High. So we children of the Elohim. We also included in that children. When they're speaking about the Malachim, he's speaking about us too. So for me to go and take the life of a child that I know is one of me, you gotta be crazy to think I'm gonna do that. But I ain't gonna tell you that. Why? Because you got the upper hand. So what I'm gonna do now? The baby is born. Now either you gonna leave and you gonna go over there, you gonna hide, or now when he comes, you gonna say, so why didn't you kill it? Hey, listen, why you think? Look at their answer. Their answer was, these Hebrews, the women are very lively. By the time we get there, they already had a child. So we couldn't do anything. Why? You're not there for you to see whether or not I was there or not. But I'm going to tell you this because I'm not killing my own. I'm not going to do that. Which is why the Most High blessed them. But when you look at it, see, a lot of people, when you transform that action and that movement to today, and you put a lot of our people in that thing, what is it that stops them or permeates them for what it is that they're doing? 9 times out of 10, everything that our people do that's contrary is due to fear.
I was just about to get into that. You know why? Because the Most High told Moshe to go into Egypt, and he gave every reason and excuse as to why not. And every excuse he gave, the Most High basically, he shot it down and said, okay, you can't speak, you're from your brother. Well, you was a fugitive, the people who wanted you dead, they down wrong. So every excuse you had, he took it away. You threw the serpent, you threw the rod down, it became a serpent and you ran. The Most High said, now go pick up that same thing you ran from and go pick it up. And this is why I tell people you gotta face your fears. Emma, I want you to tell me what you think about that. Facing your fears.
I mean, well, fear is not of the Creator. You know, the Most High tell us to fear Him. You know,
Mm-hmm.
and Yahshua tell us, we don't fear nothing that destroy the body, but him that can destroy the soul. So, so we have fear and anxieties with so many different things, and in the world, the news. I don't watch the news because all of it is just a fear factor tactic, and that's what keep you in line. That's what keep you in place. Because if you have fear, you're not gonna go across a certain boundary. If you don't master or conquer your fear, then you are limited to your movements and to your actions, of what you're gonna do because you more focused on your fear. The Most High said, "Fear Him," and that's what we
That's
supposed
true.
to fear. We supposed to fear the Most High.
That's it. That's it. The Most High is supposed to be our true fear factor and honoring factor. And it's what he told Yechezkel. When he told them the four sides, Yechezkel humbled himself. Most High said, get up. You better face it.
Right.
Get up and face this here, because who you get ready to go and face right now is worse than this. So harden your heart and harden yourself and prepare yourself to encounter worse than this. If these four sides shook you, this is nothing. This is nothing. So when you look at it, you have to think, what's the thing that most things are fearful to our people in this day and time because of the traumas that were placed on our people.
Mm-hmm.
You look at it, our people have witnessed mothers being gutted and babies falling out with their umbilical cord, hanging up. They've witnessed every atrocity you could think of known to man we've witnessed. Those things go into the DNA makeup. Those things go into the psychology makeup of our people. So this is one of the reasons why those of us who don't have that fear in us are supposed to be. That's like a bully. What is it that make a bully a bully? Everybody is afraid of his calling. Afraid of it. They see what he do to people. They see what the bully do, so they're like, I don't want that to happen to me. I don't stand a chance against this guy. And all it takes is one little guy who got his number to stand up to that bully and let him know that this ain't going down, and I got something for you. And 9 times out of 10, what you got for him isn't what he thought that he had for him. It came from somewhere else.
Let that be.
How you say, the mantra, when you think about it, that is the purpose in Shemot 19, where the Most High said, we're a peculiar people, and he said we're supposed to be a nation of priests. What's that nation of priests supposed to do? We're supposed to stand up for everybody.
Carry them on your shoulder.
We're supposed to stand up for everybody.
Carry them on your shoulder.
I got something for you, right? I will show you how deep fear is, right? The Most High told the children of Israel, look, if you want the land, go get it. They went in, scouted out the land, and they said, look, man, these people are like giants. They're like grasshoppers in their sight. They put their problems in front of the promise. And as a result, it cost them 20 years for every day they find out the land. Because they were fearful. And this is a fear caused them to live 40 years in the wilderness. And you got that spiritual wilderness. Some people could never escape it because of their fear. And like I said, there's a lot of things you can conquer. What fear teaches you is your limits. It makes you limited.
Yeah, boundaries.
It tells you what you can and what you cannot do. That's why the book says he has not given you the spirit of fear.
Right.
See, fear is something we gave ourselves.
That's
What do
true.
you think? What do you think? Even you got to think about it. We left out of Mitzrayim with Israel as well as a multitude of other people. Everybody fell to realize that we wasn't underneath deep, saturated abuse. We was being abused, but not in the way that we got abused this captivity.
Right.
Our people was people who our fathers, Abraham, Yitzchak, Yaakov, lived in the land of Canaan as royalty.
Okay.
And went into Mitzrayim even as royalty, but yet, remember, they looked down at us because we were agricultural people.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
And they were, we demagogues. We don't deal with that lowly stuff, but we did. And we still was royal, plus the Most High gave us the kakma of the things of the earth.
Mm-hmm.
So now you go 200 years after Yosef, and we being outsmarted by them. Putting us into subjection of work and hard work and things that we wasn't used to those, we weren't used to those, that environment of trickery. We was used to them trying to trick us, but not the way that they deemed the climate that we was in at that time. Because we might have been under an affliction, and that's the reason why the crowd was so vicious to the Most High to intervene, is because we was like, oh yeah, these people was really doing us dirty.
It was oppression.
It was oppression, but it wasn't oppression to where we didn't know who we were.
Right.
It wasn't oppression to where we didn't know where our lineage came from. It wasn't oppression. And when we left from there, we left for other people that Egypt beat on and took them over.
Came on out.
Right.
So they wanted out and joined forces with us. So when we went to go in the land from that time period, you had those people that was part of the mixed multitude intervene and say they peace. Like, those people was giants. We can't battle them. We didn't beat the Egyptians when the Egyptians came. So you got a whole bunch of this mindset of people. But then when you look at it, just the same way when our fathers was battling Shechem and them and the families of Shechem and them, you know, Yehuda and them had to step up and say, hold on, why is there any fear in y'all? He said, the Most High is our champion. The Most High is going to fight our battle for us.
Right.
So you always have to have those champions. See, this is the part that people mix up. This is one reason why the Most High said we have Mashiach and we have Moshiachs. The Moshiach is the Most High. The Mashiach is these individuals who are going to raise up and pick up the fight and pick up the mantle and battle for it. Yehoshua ben Nun, Caleb, the son of Yefune, you had the different Gideon. All of these